somewhere along the line, these players were like, fuck these Doomguard. We literally, if you guys didn't see it, like 2 or 3 sessions ago, they fought a black dragon and didn't put nearly this much work into it.
We just thought they would enjoy seeing how their faction is really done. You want fucking entropy, assholes?
Here we go.
Kelian, you sucked out a potion of ice dragon breath.
Nice.
I'm assuming you have all the stats and everything for that, because I don't have them to hand.
Yeah, it's 4d6.
Hey, and how long does that last you?
I think it was...
I think it's like 3 shots of it or something
Wait,
like that.
wait, hold up. You had another one of those potions? I killed an entire inn to give you out of
You didn't let me use it before you cast the spell!
I asked if you had anything else and you said no!
We have video record. Can someone go back to that essence?
Drink that potion!
So,
Loses concentration
let's
on
pause
the,
for a
on the
second.
orb.
Does Mahogany have it like an existential breakdown seeing Kelian drink this potion?
He sees Kelian drink the potion and loses concentration on the watery sphere and goes, what?
Okay.
Can someone go back to the old archive and see just what happened during that whole nonsense, and
Kelian,
so we can have
moving or staying put?
Keelan's got to move closer to the doorway now.
If you move any closer to the doorway, you're stepping into the maelstrom.
Oh, then no.
Okay,
I
so
wouldn't
you're
recommend it.
stay there.
It's not good.
Riot, you're up.
All right, let's see. What do I want to do here? There's nobody. Is there anybody I can see?
There's, yeah, you can see the guy that Mahogany just blasted against the back wall of the tower, because you specifically said you were in a spot that you could see the open doorway into the tower.
Right, he'll be dead soon.
Yes, he will.
and there was the big guy who went upstairs.
There's just maniacal laughter happened.
Yeah. Riot's gonna drop the maelstrom.
Okay.
And now that everybody has been concentrated within a 10-foot radius up above, it's time for confusion.
Okay.
I don't have to see him. I can just like point up there and say, inside there, stuff is confusing.
Okay. Do they make
Wisdom
saves
saving.
now or on their turns?
Now when I cast it.
Okay.
Wisdom saves.
Actually, you know what, Nodal? I thought I had these crafted for the City of Brass. I found one of these for the City of Brass.
Don't think so. Don't think that's true.
Okay.
All right,
Don't think
so
that's accurate.
Maybe I did just have it left over then.
Riots. I've got a 9.
No, it fails.
6.
Fails.
And a 19.
Passes.
Okay.
And so they've got to roll that d10 at the start of their turns when it failed.
Gotcha. You moving or staying put?
I'm pretty happy where I am. That was a level 4 spell. You asked last time, so I'll just go ahead and tell you now.
Okay. Swordman picks himself up and moves for the front door of the tower. Looks like he's going to close and bar the door, but he does not have enough movement to get to the door this turn because he had to use half his movement to stand up. So, left to his own devices, he's going to close and bar the door as soon as he possibly can. Liberation. You gonna do something about that?
Yeah. I'm arm barring his ass. I'll lay his ass flat away from that door.
Okay.
Since Riot dropped the concentration spell.
There's no water.
Yeah.
Do it with a pair of 4s?
Pair of 4s, yeah, probably not. That's a 10.
10 does not hit.
Key point, more flurry. That's a little bit better. How about an 18?
That hits.
And the 19 will hit too.
Yes,
so
it does.
plus 4 to these 2 d8s right there. That's pretty good. 16 damage. Pretty good for liberation anyway.
So you've dashed into the tower, which is just a mess in here. The little bit of furniture that wasn't here, the table, a couple of chairs, it's just been swept to the edges of the room as this maelstrom has dragged everything to the ground. He's on his last legs.
It's kind of hard to arm bar somebody while you're running through a door. You end up cracking your arm.
All right, I don't have
the door frame.
The confusion spell up, so I'm just going to roll the d10s.
And yeah, just tell me what you get.
These are both archers, by the way, and they both got 6s.
Okay. On the 6, they don't move or take actions.
Okay, then nothing happens on their turn. It comes to Serenity.
Move into the tower next to Liberation. Let's go ahead and start with attacking this guy.
Okay.
This -5, of course. So that'll hit an armor class of 17.
17 hits.
He just ruined this guy.
No Doomguard.
For 29 damage.
For 29, that's enough of him. Yes, he's gone.
No, dude,
And that's it.
no pain.
How much movement do I have left?
You had to use
Can I-
probably 30 to get all the way into the tower.
So I have 10 feet left. Can I climb up the door and kick open that, or bash open that trapdoor in the ceiling? With the 10 feet of movement I have left?
Sure.
Okay. So Serenity will do that.
Okay. So you've climbed the ladder and you're looking to throw open the trapdoor. I need you to make a... I'm actually going to require an action to open the door because obviously it's gonna require a roll to get it open.
Can I just smash it with my hammer then? Because I still have 2 attacks.
Do you want to attack the door? Sure. Go ahead and roll damage for those 2 attacks.
All right. So that's plus 18. Do you need them individually?
No.
Okay. So the static is 36. And then,
Yeah, you do it.
It's another 18 on top of that.
Here's Serenity.
You get the shining.
So what, 52?
52. And you just lay several hits into this door and begin splintering it.
That's the end of Serenity's turn.
Okay. Big Sword Man is going to tear the shit out of Serenity. With his great sword. Is you reckless attack?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, then I get to roll lots of d20s.
I can probably just tell you when I don't reckless attack at this point.
I always want to make sure, because...
Bark.
Okay. That's a crit. This turns into a 24.
I think Destil had to step away.
No, I'm here.
No.
This turns into a 13. I'm assuming the 13 does not hit?
Correct.
Okay. This first one's gonna hurt a bit.
Well, Serenity did just level up to get that extra hit points, so
Right?
might as well put them through their paces.
I mean, when a paladin crits, that's a lot of fucking dice. Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 different kinds of damage, Serenity.
Yep.
15 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Plus... plus 28 points of radiant damage. And make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
I'm going to belief point that.
Okay.
Wait, do I still have belief points? I think I got some back last session. Yeah, I'm going to belief point that. It's more like it. Con save is plus 8, so 22.
Okay, you pass. And you are not blinded. And... second attack. That's going to be 9 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
And 9 points of radiant, but no follow-up con save for that one. And then the third attack misses. So you bust through this trap door, and the big guy is standing there with his great sword, and he slashes down hard at you, aiming predominantly around your arms. He looks like he's going to do everything in his power to keep you from climbing up this friggin' ladder.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to bring us to Mahogany.
Alright. Mahogany moves into the tower,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast a spell that I don't think is super great for this situation, but it seems fun. I'm going to use Blight on the guy.
On the guy.
On the guy.
So are you going to walk in like under Serenity at the base of the ladder so you can look up?
Yeah, basically.
Gotcha.
That's the picture I'm seeing.
Gotcha.
So when he knocks her down and she falls down on top of you.
Okay. It's a con save, yes?
Con save.
And I've still got 118 HP.
22 on that Constitution save.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking it wasn't super great on this guy, but I'll at least do some damage. And here's the fun part.
Oh no, it's 30 feet.
Wow. That's some D8s.
Yeah, Blight's pretty good for damage. I almost took it on Terran.
That's 32, half of that, so 16.
Now, I have bad news.
Yeah.
He's not a tree or a shrub.
Okay, so he doesn't simply wither and die,
Right.
but he does take 16 necrotic damage.
He does indeed. You're going to stay put at the base of the ladder there?
Yeah, I figure behind Serenity is basically the safest place anywhere.
Kelian, you're still standing outside in the street, watching your friends stream into this tower.
Is there anything else to attack right now other than Big Swordman?
I mean, you can't even see Big Swordman from the street.
Okay.
He's inside and up the ladder.
I just see my parties running inside.
There's still darkness in there, right?
On the second floor? Or
Yeah.
on
That's where
the
you put
window
the
so they can't shoot down. Yeah, so
Yeah.
they can't shoot down.
There's not darkness in the room where the big sword guy is right now, no.
Right.
Oh, interesting.
Must be a curtain wall inside or something.
But I will... If they're all running inside, I won't run inside.
Okay, so you run inside?
Can I see... Can I shoot Big Swordman?
Sure.
Is that a thing I can do?
Yeah, if you
I
stay
wanna
at the
shoot
base
Big
of the ladder
Swordman.
and aim up.
Alright, I'm gonna do that. $21.
21, that hits. And he's within 5 feet of Serenity.
Good.
Always.
1, 2, 3, up. This is the right number. Yes. Perfect. So... Every time. For... 39 damage. 37 damage.
Okay, so we're going to calc.exe. Because screw doing simple math in my head. What am I, a wizard?
Minus 40 plus 1. We're good.
That's that new math.
Are you staying at the base of the ladder? You don't have a lot of movement left, but if you want to take a step back or something, that'd be fine.
I'll take a step back then, yeah.
Riot, things are going pretty good for you right now.
Yeah, I'm
Down
happy.
your alley.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Riot walks up whistling a terrible song. Let's have Big Swordman make a wisdom saving throw for this 3rd level Dissonant Whispers.
Do you
Dissonant
be able to
whistles.
see him for that?
Nope, he just has to hear me.
Alright, that's a wisdom save.
Yes.
8.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm thinking what's her face from Kill Bill.
I was thinking more like Omar, but sure. That adds up to 13 psychic damage, and he's got to move as far away from me as he can. Serenity, you're up.
I'm gonna let him go because we actually need to have space to get into this tower.
Oh, okay.
To the second
Let me
floor.
think of what away from Riot means in this context. Serenity.
Mm-hmm.
You see him move back away from the trap door and climb up into the 3rd floor of the tower. And inside that trapdoor, you see the magical darkness that Kelian has planted there.
Okay.
That would be the room that the archers were firing at last time they were here.
Okay.
But yeah, to move away from Riot, he's got to go up into the 3rd floor. Do you take your AO on him?
I already said I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? Okay. That's going to bring us to... Oh, I don't have any more swordmans. All the swordmans are dead. It's going to bring us to Liberation.
That's a pity. So I'm going to jump, kind of clamber up over Serenity, into up and through the trap door,
Okay.
and ready in action to throw a dart up that trap door if it opens up again.
So the trapdoor going to the 3rd floor?
Yep.
It didn't close. He opened it, climbed up into the darkness, and that was it. You just can't see anything up there.
Okay. Well, so if anybody pokes their stupid head out, then
Well, there's
they're
2
lost.
archers in the room with you right now on the 2nd floor.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, they're just bumping into walls confused. Does damage break that confusion, right?
No.
It's not final
But
fantasy.
one of the results, I think, is attack someone who attacked you.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, there's 2 archers in the room, but they're discombobulated, to say the least.
All right, I'll ready in action to punch them if they get if the confusion breaks and they decide to attack me.
Okay. Here goes 2 more D10s. All right, I got a 4 and a 9.
The 4, they take no action. The 9, they can act and move normal.
The 4, they take no action?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't move or take action. On a 9, they have not broken the spell, but they get to actually take their turn.
In a bizarre moment of clarity, Liberation, you watch as one of the archers just stares off in the middle distance. The other one... How do I want to do this? I'm going to have Serenity make a strength saving throw.
Sure.
I'm sure this will be a very difficult one for you. Roll high, though. Or roll like
14.
medium,
actually.
which turns high. It was 14?
Yeah.
The archer
That
has
was
a brief
rolled.
moment of clarity and doesn't like his options. He lets out a battle cry and leaps into the opening of the trap door, attempting to land on Serenity and kick her to the ground. Serenity, you managed to keep hold of the ladder at the top. And the archer crumples to the ground, laying prone on the ground at the base of the ladder.
Does he fall out of my threatened area?
The answer has to be yes, Brickard. Come on.
I mean, technically speaking,
So I can
He
take a
did-
swing on the way down?
He did move. This is his movement.
yeah, take a swing at him. Put him out. You gotta roll really high. He hasn't taken any other damage yet, though. I do have to impose a couple.
That hits a armor class of 14.
A 14?
Yep.
Not gonna do it.
Yep, that -5 occasionally matters.
So the one archer is laying crumpled at the base of the ladder, seeing his only way of escaping the tower was to go through Serenity, which he managed to do somewhat successfully. Serenity, you have a turn now.
Oh, okay. I'll just drop next to him and start hitting him. He's prone,
Yeah, he's knocked prone.
so I don't need to reckless attack this turn. First hit will be an 18 on armor class.
That will hit.
For 26 damage. Second hit. Nope.
And
Ouch.
And third hit will be a 22 on armor class.
that hits.
For 24 damage.
And he is more than bloodied at this point.
Okay. That's the end of Serenity's turn.
Moving or staying put?
She just dropped off the ladder to stand next to him and prevent him from scrambling past.
Okay. Liberation. Standing, looking up into the magical darkness, you hear movement above you. You hear what sounds like jangling keys. And then the sound of a portal being activated. Mahogany, you're up.
Yeah. Mahogany looks up into the darkness and casts Conjure Animals.
And what are you conjuring up there?
Well, if you're letting me pick, what level are those Velociraptors again?
Oh, you mean, I thought you got to pick. You don't?
No, this is a very much you have to pick sort of situation.
Oh,
I'm allowed.
right. And
I'm allowed to suggest things.
You're going to get shit animals because you're in Sigil.
Oh, but not only am I going to get shit animals, right?
I mean, you're getting rats. There's really nothing else to get here. You're basically
Okay,
going to
but
get rats.
Let me be clear about how many rats I'm getting.
Well, let's be clear. How many rat swarms are you getting?
I'm using it to conjure whatchamacallit, to conjure CR 1/4 rats.
So 8 rat
I'm getting
swarms.
16 rat swarms. Yeah, 16 rat swarms.
Suddenly, I don't want to go up there anymore.
This spell says 8 beasts of challenge rating.
Oh yeah, that's true. But when you cast the spell with a 5th level slot, which is what I'm doing, because fuck these guys, you get to double that number.
Gotcha. So 16 rat swarms. To what end?
Like basically the entire. I want them coming back down this ladder because at the top of that tower there's just rats.
That's enough. That's enough. Liberation.
It's
It
just
is
rats.
currently raining rats on your face. Looking up into the darkness.
Looking up into the darkness, there is only rats. It is the grim darkness of the 40,000th century, and there's only rats.
Mahogany, moving or staying put?
I'm good here.
Kelian.
I'm going to breathe ice on the guy that's been crumpled to the floor.
Okay. What does he make a save for that?
Yeah, he gets a DC saving throw, dexterity 12.
He has a. He's prone. He rolls a disadvantage, doesn't he? For a dex save?
So, yeah. Yep.
Makes sense.
It's still a 17. You don't get anything? Not even half damage?
I think no, it's half damage. It's 6 damage.
6 damage? So he takes.
No,
6.
I rolled 12. He takes 6.
Gotcha.
That's half.
Okay, moving or staying put?
I'm gonna climb up.
Climb up the ladder?
Yeah.
You can't because Serenity is still on it. No, she jumped down. You can climb up. You're fine.
Serenity.
And you are also now getting rained on by rats.
This seems appropriate.
Riot, what's up?
Riot is looking at the beast table, trying to figure out what's a good way to get back into the fight at this point.
Giant ape.
Does Giant Ape have climbing abilities?
40-foot climb.
I don't think I could fit through the arrow slots.
You
No,
don't need
definitely
to.
not.
Yeah.
Destroy them with your giant ape hands.
The dude's the big sword man. We're calling him. He's still within 60 feet of me, right?
You can't see him if that's what you're asking.
I'm not.
You're not?
No. Is he still within 60 feet of me?
He's not.
Okay. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, he I just hadn't had a chance to call out that they're buggering off.
Is there anybody else I can see?
I mean, there's the archer that fell to the tower and then got ice breathed on.
And then
Yeah,
is he dead?
No, he's not. He's having a real bad day, though. Like, real bad.
Oh, okay. Then Riot will just casually toss the produce flame at him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that. I mean, like, he was just chilling at home, and then some dudes rolled up into his tower.
Is he still prone? He's still prone, I assume.
Yeah, he hasn't had a chance to stand up yet, and he might not be able to.
I think I have disadvantage on this roll, that means.
Even if you don't kill him. He still is confused.
Oh, yeah, this is only a 14.
And he's like, ice or fire, guys? Come on, make up your mind.
Does 14 hit?
A 14 does not hit.
Okay, yeah, I had to roll disadvantage, and both my rolls were bad, so that's
You're
fine.
gonna hit him, but then a rat falls down in front of him and you hit that instead.
Oh, you need to roll. Let's put the rats on initiative 1. Let's just be simple about it. How many individual rats are in a swarm, do you think?
I want to know the same thing. I'm gonna say 10.
10?
That seems like a low number.
And you said
But-
you're bringing in
But
16 of those things?
I also like the idea of 160 rats.
Eat all the rats.
Now, can we have a 15-minute break while we name these rats?
Liberation. You're getting ratted on right now.
There's still the guy that's confused up here with us, right? That
Yeah.
didn't take any action last time.
He's chilling, yo. He's real confused.
I say,
He'd be confused even if he wasn't confused, because...
I'd say we leave him alive so we can question him. What do you think, Kelian?
No, we should kill him.
Why do I even ask you that question?
I don't know.
But no, I'm using that judgment. He's gonna stay alive.
Okay, so do you make it? What do you use your action to do? Are you restraining him?
Yeah, I'm gonna restrain him.
How so?
Just grab hold of him, headlock.
Put him in a headlock.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll to hit. Does he get advantage or anything because of the confusion?
No, it just says he couldn't take any action, which I assume means no reaction too, probably, but it doesn't actually say that in the
I
spell.
would rule no reaction. Yes.
I just rolled a nat 20.
Okay, you've got him in a headlock, and I mean it's kind of like putting a bedpost in a headlock.
Yeah.
Okay. Bow and arrow man crumpled on the floor there, who just got produced flamed on. Sees that there's essentially no way out of this tower alive. And he bites his own tongue off. And begins bleeding out. The other guy got a 2 upstairs. What does that 2 do for him?
It doesn't move or take actions this turn.
He's like, oh, headlock, this is fun. Mahogany. You have like 1,600 blinded rats to worry about. Because they're all in magical darkness.
Yeah.
So
I have them swarm the upper levels looking for people to bite.
make a perception check at disadvantage.
For the rats or for me?
For the rats. Because you're
what even is
swarming them looking for people to bite. So, I mean, you're...
Yeah, what even is a rat perception?
Should be
What's
on
rat
the,
swarm?
I've got the stat for it.
I got a 6 and a 4, so
Well, that's not going to do shit.
no.
I think those are my dice.
You lose touch with a lot of the rats, as some of them end up spilling through an active portal.
And I yell out, guys, I think they're getting away.
I know. Is the shout from upstairs?
Serenity. You've got the bow and arrow man bleeding out on the floor. He just bit his tongue off, so he couldn't answer any of your questions. Is Destil muted?
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and climb up the ladder to the second floor, and then I'll climb up the ladder to the third floor.
Up into the magical darkness?
Yep.
And do what here?
I'm going to take an action to try and listen to see if I can figure out where anyone is up here.
And yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
I don't know. I rolled 2 dice.
Got bad news.
I think I'm trained in that. 21.
21. And listening for a second. You know what? No, if you're listening, make it at disadvantage.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
there's
so all the
10,000
tweaking and
friggin'
plumbing.
rats up here.
Yeah. I would have been good.
And you can't hear anything.
7.
No.
Just squeaking.
It's just squeaking and clawing, and it's really uncomfortable. They're starting to swarm up your legs. They're not attacking you. They're friendly rats.
But on the other hand, it is very delicious.
Serenity's like, tonight, we eat like
Tonight we
kings.
Being like kings tonight.
Can we nominate someone for least helpful action this session?
I'll let you worry about that. Serenity, you are vaguely aware of a portal closing nearby, though.
Okay, from Portal Sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is anybody planning to kill either of these archers?
Sounds like the guy downstairs is going to bleed out.
He will
Yeah.
in a few moments, unless he gets medical attention.
Riot might not. I'm not going to kill anybody, but I might cast Detect Thoughts on the guy who's still confused.
Okay.
Yeah, Liberation
So
one.
nobody's planning to kill these guys? You're just going to let this bottom one die and then put the question to the top one? Is that the idea?
Seems like a plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Doomguard archer in the bottom of the tower eventually bleeds out and dies. Like you even robbed him of the glorious violent death.
I thought he would want to experience the entropy of slowly bleeding out and savor every moment of that.
Also, Speak with Dead is a way lower level spell than Regenerate.
Damn. Right.
I was going to say, Speak with Dead is lower level than Detect Thoughts.
You get just nonsense from the confused man with Detect Thoughts. How long do you leave the magical darkness up there, Kelian?
I'll dismiss it.
Okay. The top floor of the tower, the third floor, which is where the outside-facing windows are, you do see, set into one wall, just a stone outline of an archway. It's not even a door, it's just the actual stone forming an archway. Clattered all over the ground in here. Clearly what toppled over after Kelian put the darkness up here. It looks like a box or a dresser was overturned, spilling the contents. And the contents are thousands and thousands of metal keys, each one a different shape.
I'll pick one of them up at random and hold it in front of the archway.
And it does not open.
Can I use Portal Sense to try and guess where it goes?
Next session we'll deal with that.
Mahogany looks at
Actually,
the
go
archway.
ahead and roll that portal sense real quick.
Mahogany looks at the archway and says, "Rats."
Nope.
God damn it.
Wow.
I'll let everybody make that portal sense roll if you want, since we're at the end of the session here.
What thing is that?
It's a
Wisdom.
Okay.
Straight wisdom.
You can only make it if you're actually trained in the proficiency, though.
Oh, I'm not.
Well, yeah, none of us are except Serenity. That's her thing.
Yeah. I was confused when you said you can all make it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, I'm going to say Riot can make it because Riot has half proficiency in every skill.
Yeah, she's a bard.
Yeah, you're a bard. That makes sense to me.
That makes sense, though, yeah.
So this turns out to a 12.
A 12?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't tell you where the portal goes.
Okay.
How do you restrain this archer, Liberation? The last thing we'll do this session is go ahead and very, very quickly question this archer. What do you want to
Can I do throw in one thing while he's doing that?
Sure.
I'm going to take those bodies off the street, get them in, and close the door.
Okay.
Anybody got any rope?
We all have rope. We're all adventurers.
Are you the only one without rope?
No, I do have
Apparently.
rope. At some point, I guess I got more rope.
You took mine.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Alright, so we'll tie this guy up.
Okay.
Alright, Riot. Get in his brain once confusion wears off.
I did that already. I guess I kind of overshot. Yeah, it'll have to be you guys actually interrogating him for once.
What?
Or we can sit here for an hour.
That seems more likely.
Like, does anybody want to try in that hour, or you just like giving up?
Well, while we're doing that hour, I'd like to do that 5-minute discussion I was gonna talk
Okay.
about.
All right, let's
earlier.
do. This will be our last thing for the session.
Yeah, because I got to go
Yeah.
at 4. Like 4 is like my dead time.
Okay.
And so, while we all get comfortable sitting on top of this man, Mahogany looks to the party. He goes, by the way, I want to talk to you guys. You might have heard that from Riot about what happened to me on Limbo.
Vaguely.
Yeah, the
And
whole
he says,
the Doomguard seed.
yeah, and he says, I'd like to enlist your help on hunting down and stopping the man who killed me.
Okay.
And he looks at Liberation at this, and he's like, Liberation, you're a different person now, right?
Kinda. It's all jumbled up in my brain here.
Right. That's why this is a little hard for me to talk about. But I was a different person before, too, and what that guy did, I'm trying to work through it, but I'm not the same Mahogany anymore.
No, I get you. I get what you mean.
And I want to make sure that doesn't happen to anyone else.
So, what are you suggesting?
At some point, and then he reaches back and he pats the sword on his back, preferably within the next month.
Yikes! What the?
I'd like to go back there and stop him. We don't necessarily need to kill him, although from talking to some of his former compatriots, I don't see how there's going to be any other option.
But we're kind of like allied with those guys, right?
Yeah, the ostensibly anyway.
And after this, are you still okay with that?
Yeah, I don't really like the idea of dudes screwing around with people's brain pans. That's just that, like, it's one thing to just dig stuff out of there, but it's another thing to manipulate it.
I sympathize because that's just the worst. But also, and I really hate to say this, Mahogany, because you're my friend and all, but like, it really seems like something you gotta solve on your own.
And Mahogany says, like, no matter what, I'm going to go back there. I just want to know which of you are coming with me.
I feel like there's too much left hanging with Aunt Nancy in the game for us to go and tee off on these fools.
That doesn't have to be all of them.
No, but if it's going to be one of them, it's going to be all of them. Make no mistake.
Yeah.
Like these other 3 or 4, I can never quite get straight how many differences both count as. They're not going to just stand around and watch and applaud politely while.
You did.
Wait, what?
You are right now. You're saying this is for me to deal with. I get that, that's fine. But why would you assume that they wouldn't do the same thing?
Oh, you got a point. I don't know very well.
I mean, I'll at least come to mediate. I don't know if it'll come to blows. I will point out, Mahogany, also that as much as this pains me, you were dead. And coming back from that is not normally, from my understanding, without some sort of price. Now, one not agreed to or not properly understood up front might be a bit of an issue, but I still want you to be the person you are.
And Mahogany will say he understands.
Honestly, Mahogany, I think you should just take who you are and move on.
And at that, Mahogany does bristle, and he says, so, if I changed who you were, then you would just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what you're talking about is sucks, but it's happened in one way or another to all of us.
What are you talking about?
You didn't notice that I'm not quite the same person I used to be. You of all people.
And Mahogany will say that he did notice, and he was the one who wanted to do something about it.
And I am doing something about it, but I didn't ask for any of your help, and I don't want it. It's my thing to deal with, and I think that the same holds true for you.
Yeah, and I mean, I appreciate you helping me when I was first born, but it's something I got to move on, deal with myself too.
And Mahogany will nod and he'll say, like, okay, that's all I wanted to know.
I mean, if you ever want help murdering a dude, I'll help. I don't mind. Like, I get why you want to murder him. I think that's a perfectly valid reason.
I don't like the idea of murdering somebody, but if that's who you are now, I can't really say no.
I would first ask why, but that's just me.
Right, Scott says, when have you ever been one to ask why anything?
Normally I know. This time I don't.
Mahogany says, after trying to figure this out for myself, and speaking to a lot of Doomguard, I think the best answer you're going to get is, he's a Doomguard.
I mean, the thing is, how upset should a Doomguard really be if you kill them?
Well, the Doomguard you're having this conversation in front of is very upset to be hearing all of this.
I love the idea that we're all sitting on top of this guy having a discussion about whether or not we should kill Doomguard.
So what's the decision? It sounds like Serenity and, was it Liberation, wanted to go with
Serenity
Mahogany?
and Kelian, I think, is who I got.
Yeah.
Serenity and Kelian? Okay.
Well, I mean, Liberation would be all for going. It's something that he doesn't feel he should be able to intervene in.
There's one other thing you should consider here, Mahogany.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just not something, but the way I see it, just killing him pretty much does exactly what he's trying to get you to do.
And Mahogany has thought about that, but he's decided that, that's fine. If that's who he is now.
So my first question would be if he could remove it, but again,
I already tried.
No, if Mr. E can remove it.
If he can remove it, then fine. That's basically why Mahogany said he's not 100% sure that killing him is going to be what happens. But if the only way to stop him from doing this to other people is to kill him, he's going to.
Riot doesn't share his concern that he's going to do it to anybody else. Just because, like, Mahogany wasn't awake when all this happened, but she saw how reluctant he was to bring anybody back at all. We had leverage over them that got him to do this.
And they still charged you.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they did. And they still put a seed in Mahogany's mind.
Yeah, the seed was not part of the arrangement. That was not part of this business deal.
That's the part that finally got to Kelian. He's like, wait a second. I paid them for a service, and it was not provided.
Exactly. I'm going to leave a nasty Yelp review. Awful.
One star for the Alkion deck order.
Kelian basically only leaves thwack reviews as an arrow flies in.
Alright, let's go ahead and do some blip rundowns here. I already posted the straw poll in the chat. Everybody should be able to go see that. So we do one for the most creative solution in the session. Who was that this week?
I would say that would be Riot with the mega toilet.
How do you feel like getting a blip for creating a large toilet, right?
I feel it's perfectly in character.
Here's what I want to know. If in Sigil, which way did that maelstrom flow?
Well, whichever way Riot wants. So, Riot for creative?
Yeah,
All
I'm fine with that.
Okay, we give one blip for the assist. Who furthered the party's goals the most this week?
I'm nominating not Mahogany.
It was
the rats form that did nothing but hinder our
I
effort.
found out and told people that a portal was closing.
Who actually furthered the party's efforts? Let's see. Probably, like, I kind of want to give it a tie to Mahogany and Serenity for talking to Reese.
About the,
Yeah, because they found out a lot of good stuff.
yeah.
I'm willing to give that to Serenity.
Okay.
We have one blip for the most badass action of the session.
Alright, 2 sessions in a row have I gone in and dealt with those fucking Doomguard. And this is the session where I get my props.
No, I'm okay with that. I'm completely okay with that. What's your maximum hit points minus right now?
Very low, 73, I think.
Okay.
68, actually.
We have
I'm
one,
down with that.
one for intangibles, for just whatever.
Anybody who would mouth off the Rowan Darkwood?
I think it was basically everybody this session.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their lip in on Darkwood.
He deserves it, though.
He invited us, he had to sit there and take it.
Like, Kelian, I get. All Darkwood's ever done to the rest of you is invite you to a great party and then give you a sack of gold.
And then treated me like I wasn't, like, a person.
I mean, you're
Mahogany's currently working under the assumption that Nylesia did what she did because Darkwood got her to.
No, Serenity has no personal qualms with Darkwood. She doesn't like him professionally at all.
So what about this intangibles blip, then? We can just give it to Darkwood.
I will be damned before I give a blip to an NPC.
You already took it, so...
What if it was Ferocity?
I will take any and all of Ferocity's blips for Mahogany.
So who is taking it?
Let me think. The intangibles... I'm just running in my head what everybody did this session.
If someone thinks they did something cool, say so.
Well, I already got one, so I'm not expecting to take another one home. But I did do something cool, and I think that, like, I mouthed off the most to Darkwood.
You did. You did.
I'm willing to give it for that.
Yeah, I don't mind giving it to Riot.
Okay.
Although, to be fair, he's the only one of all the mouthing off, Liberation is the only one who got to say, "I could shut you up magically."
Yeah, but
You got mouthed off too to fry Darkwood. That's the opposite.
yeah, Darkwood threatened to burn down everything I own. And I was like, all right, fine, but it won't get you what you want.
No, he didn't threaten you. He just said he could do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not a threat.
But he's good aligned, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Chaotic good.
Mm.
Okay, let's do a...
Is he really chaotic good? Because
Yeah.
that used to be what Riot was.
He actually
like,
is.
they could be really good friends if they weren't just, like, have... Yeah. It's a shame.
Darkwood's
If they
chaotic
weren't
good, and
diametrically opposed on literally every thought.
Right.
he is actually committed to Sigil as a city because of that... just the memories of... the honor of having his own dukedom, basically. Like,
Yeah.
he took that job very seriously back on the Prime Material. And so...
Riot is something of an atypical anarchist, but he has no reason to know that. Like, Riot doesn't want to burn the city down. She just wants to burn the government down. because she thinks it would be better for the city.
let's move on to some belief points here. Do I have any triple no's this week?
Serenity's a triple no.
Serenity's a triple no. And she's the only one who actually used belief points.
I think Kelian is a triple no.
Kelian is as well. Alright, Riot. What's Riot's belief?
The weak cannot expect the strong to protect them without repaying their efforts.
Did Riot live that belief this week?
No.
Did she learn anything new about it?
Yeah, I'm going to say she did, because a lot of stuff happened around Riot and payment this week. And she had to, like, reconsider, okay, like, which one of us... Like, there was no protecting going on, really.
Mm-hmm.
What Darkwood wanted to pay her for was protecting other people. And so her payment in this case wouldn't have come from the people she protected, but rather from another interested third party who is way stronger than her.
Okay. I think it's interesting that Riot acknowledges that Darkwood is way stronger than her.
Oh yeah, like yeah. When he asked her that question, hey, do you know I can do all this stuff? Yes. She didn't say, oh yeah, I'd like to see you try. Just, yeah, I know you could. Like she knows he's a Factyl, and she knows the Factyls of Siglar not to be fucked with.
He's actually one of the stronger Factyls too, as far as like combat stats go. He's pretty freaking good. Are Riot's beliefs changing?
Yes, I need to figure out the exact wording, but they are changing.
Okay, we'll revisit
as a result of that
next week. Liberation. What's
Hey!
Liberation's belief?
It's not enough to go for the quick fix, but I cannot always solve the root problem. We'll do what I can.
And did he live that belief this week?
I would say yes, because we had the because again, we were presented with the tower nonsense situation, but the solution ended up being bring more dudes.
Well, you brought more dudes. It's true.
Yeah,
I do feel that was an inordinate amount of firepower for this little encounter. Like, the two of you guys last week probably could have taken out this tower.
I don't know. Well, they were at the advantage, so we decided to turn.
Mahogany
to
said that at the
advantage.
time.
yeah, I was like, you guys didn't bring a caster? Really? Whatever.
Is Liberation learning anything new?
Yeah, he's learning new things, and that's actually going to kind of go into a change of his belief.
Well, what's he learning?
He's learning that he's hanging around the ciphers hanging around the ciphers a bit is kind of starting to, I guess, to rub off on him a little, because it's like, you know what, the solution will present itself.
Okay, and his beliefs are changing.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know?
It's not enough to go. It's not enough to go for the quick fix, but patience will show the way to a proper solution.
And Mahogany, what's Mahogany's belief?
Everything has its own perfect state of being, and everything. How did I term this? Sorry, this is a new belief to me, so I can't just rattle it off the top of my head.
Right.
Everything has a perfect state of being, and everything attempts to change the states of the things around them.
And did he live that belief this week?
Mm-hmm.
How so?
But in two ways. Basically, he lived his core belief, as I've been starting to think of the first part of that there, the part that doesn't change while everything else changes, through his conversations with Darkwood. And then the second half of it, he's more, I'd call it like aggressive than he used to be before. Like before, he was just like, okay, let's do what I can to like stop, to keep things as they are, basically. Whereas now he's just like, nope, things are going to change.
And did he learn anything new about his beliefs?
Nope.
And are they changing?
Nope.
All right, Riot. 2 belief points for you. Mahogany, 1 for you. Liberation takes 3.
Also, Brick Road, I did do something, because I got this bond that I never really changed after it was made clear that I didn't owe anything to the Godsman. The bond is right now the faction's power of belief. Why I'm still here, I must repay that debt. They said that there's no debt to repay, so I'm coming up with a new bond.
Okay.
Do you have one I had it in my head, and then it vanished.
And then it vanished. Well, once you have a new bond, let me know, and I can. And did you do a journal this week?
I did.
You did. Okay.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and.
Kelian blew away the straw poll this week, like by a lot. Like a lot.
Probably because of all the Darkwood stuff.
Was it all the Darkwood stuff? Is that what did it?
That's what made me vote for him.
No, I got it. It's gonna have something to do with the stuff that Darkwood gave him regarding the slavers.
Okay.
I haven't really come up with the wording for it yet, though. But it is definitely going to relate to that.
To change it next week, and I'll give you some experience for resolving the bond and choosing a new one. Okay, so Kelian took the straw poll. Everybody's taking 460 experience for the encounter. I mean, that wasn't much of an encounter.
It's not the way we did it.
I mean, they were all like CR2 except the big guy, and you didn't get the big guy, so. Riots. You took the creative and intangibles blip, and I awarded you your faction blip for getting to Darkwood. I actually did make rolls on his behalf to see whether you were getting to him. The fact that you were unflappable in the face of his authority, he could not stand it. Liberation.
Hey.
You're taking the one for your journal.
Mm-hmm. What are blips now?
Blips are 1,000.
750. Oh, wait, really?
Yep.
Yeah, because Serenity went up a level.
Serenity went up to 12.
Okay.
So it's 1,000?
1,000. I gave you your faction blip for your answer to Mahogany's question when you said that you should just accept what you are now and move on with it. That was very Godsman-like.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave you your alignment blip for continuing your good works at the soup kitchen.
Okay.
Kelian, you took the straw poll blip, and I gave you your alignment blip that good and evil are means to an end, and the end is chaos. Kelian gave his word to Darkwood, and then immediately went back on it, and decided to use it against him.
He's gonna get us all killed. All I'm saying.
That
He'll get us all killed, and it's dangerous.
No, we'll get us maze. It's way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serenity. You are taking the assist blip. Mahogany, you took the badass blip, and I gave both of you your faction blip for your journey with Reese.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that bit. There was a lot of good role playing this session.
Reese is. I'm always very. That's all the experience, by the way. There's nothing else. I'm always very nervous about using Reese because she's my favorite character in Planescape, and that's always a delicate balance, you know. Like,
I think she's the character because I already think the ciphers are the most this faction, and then she's the factal, so it's the most this. But what I'm talking about is like certain things in Planescape, the DM has to buy into, or they don't work.
Oh yeah.
So like, if you have a cipher character who just does like things at the spur of the moment, and like it works out how it would in the real world, then it's over. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like a core part of the ciphers is that they do this stuff, and it ends up working out at least some of the time.
Part of how because most NPCs I wouldn't do that with, but part of how I'm trying to work the factals into the game is like the core conceit of Planescape, like the core question is which of the factions is right, and the answer is all of them are right because belief is power, and so every factal has that at their core. Every factal I'm trying to now that I'm using them more in the game, they're kind of the embodiment of their faction. Darkwood always gets what he wants because he's the factal of the Fated. Reese always knows what to do. And each situation, she's factal the Transcendent Order. Darius can do crazy shit with magic that nobody else can do because she's the factal of the Signers. So, but what makes me nervous about Reese is how far do you go with an NPC before you're taking the spotlight away from the players? Like, how much do I sell this NPC? I had a guy who read Dragonlance novels, run games, and it was like every 6 fucking seconds it's, oh, Raistlin's there, and he's doing all this cool stuff. Did I mention how cool Raistlin is? And I'm like, motherfucker, Reese has a Staff of the Magi. Shut the hell up.
He uses it to hit people with. That's my favorite part.
Hey, Brick.
Yeah.
I have one question, apart from all this stuff about nature, Planescape, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Sort of more end of session-y things. Now that we have influence with people, I am curious to know if this session changed anyone's influence, because I have 12 with the Fated, but now I royally pissed off the Fractal of the Fated, and we might have done some things my personal anarchist cell either was or wasn't happy about.
I have made little notes, and I will know the mechanics myself, but your influence with the Fated was because of your anarchist cell. It wasn't like Darkwood can't do a lot with, like, you still have that pool in the Fated. But
Oh, and I will remind everyone that since belief is power in the planes, all of the Serenity, all of the worst places to skip in the multiverse are canon.
All right, and that's it. We're done for the week. All right, thanks everybody for playing. Thanks everybody for tuning in and watching. Tonight I will be putting up, actually probably tomorrow night, more realistically, I'll be putting up last week's session, and that's it. I'm gonna go order my pizza. It's gonna be delicious.
Yay!